10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, and happy Monday. Welcome to one more episode of Lunch with Faride. Today, we're going to talk about a very touchy subject, which is why am I in a damaging relationship? If you are a person who you yourself are in a damaging relationship, or you're causing somebody to be damaged, or you know of somebody, make sure you stay tuned in and don't forget to share so everybody can get this message today, because it is so important to talk about it. It is an uncomfortable subject, but we're going to talk about it today. So I hope that you're joining in. I hope you're tuning in. If you see this later, you make sure you continue to watch this program. We'll be right back in a few seconds.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way.
Well, welcome back. I hope you're ready for this subject of the day. The subject of the day is, why am I in a damaging relationship, right? So are you in a damaging relationship? If you are, you have to take notes. So go right now, run anywhere you got to go, and go bring a little notepad and a pen, just like me. See, I always have my stuff ready. Look. Okay, lead by example, right? I show you, you do it. So anyways, today, we're going to talk about a pretty controversial subject, especially if you're the victimizer, because you're never going to agree that you're victimizing somebody to be in a damaging relationship. So if this is a subject of interest for you, or you know somebody in this type of relationship, make sure that you're sharing this with them. If you see this later and you're not on the live, make sure that you are definitely okay. They're telling me that there's a delay, so hang on a second. I want to make sure that you guys have the best. Where's my cable? I don't see it. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So hold on. Okay. If I lose you, I'll be right back. Okay. But I don't foresee losing you. So anyways, what does it take for a person? Where do you have to be mentally to allow being in a, abusive or damaging? I'm so sorry. This is a live, and I don't know. I moved some things around, and I think there was dust around here. But why do you allow yourself to be in a damaging relationship? That's the question. That's what we're going to explore today. And I hope that by exploring this together, it kind of opens up that conversation for you to have. If you are in a relationship that's damaging to you, number one, you got to decide what kind of relationship is that. It may not be a love relationship. It may be a business relationship. It might be a family relationship. I don't know, a neighbor relationship. So number one, you got to make sure that you assess how important is that person that is causing the damage. How important are they in your relationship? Sometimes your damaging relationships is with your own children. You can't, yes, you can cut them off, but you're always going to be worried about them because they're your children, right? But if it's a friend, or if it's a neighbor, or if it's a significant other, you best believe that you can cut them out of your life, because I know how difficult it may be to believe that you are not going to be able to find something outside of what you have, but that is completely wrong. So give me 1 second. They're telling me there's still a delay. If you are watching, would you give me a comment and let me know if you see a delay here? I'm going to try to switch off. Let me see. If I lose you, I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I think we're back. And thank you. I just saw your messages telling me, and now the ghost of this room are coming out. They're turning off all of my lights. Okay. Oh, well, light or no light. Yeah, fix that, please. There you go. There you go. Okay, we're back on. Hey. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. She says that there is no delay, so hopefully I don't lose people again. But I'm so glad that somebody's there to help me out today. All right, so we're on. Hopefully we're on. So we're going to keep on this topic. So number one is identifying how important that person is, right? Once you identify how important that person is in your life, you have to figure out if that person will create an environment for the other people that depend on you. Okay. So again, if we're talking about businesses, you have a business partner or a coworker who is or a boss, right? Who's absolutely creating problems for you, but it's just you, then you need to address that. But if that environment is creating problems for others, then that needs to be addressed and nipped in the butt immediately. Now, if it's in your house, right? So let's say your significant other is causing you not to be the best version of yourself. If that person is causing drama every day, or, once a week or once a month, however long it is, if it's causing you to always be on the lookout, if it's causing tension, and it's now affecting the rest of the people that live in that house, right? Especially children, because children are the most affected without having a voice and an opinion. We don't ask our children what they think about our significant others, especially if it's a secondhand relationship. What I mean by that, if it's not their parent. If it is their parent, that child may blame themselves for that person mistreating you or misbehaving with you, whether it's their biological parent or not. Whether it's a biological mom or dad or a stepmom or dad, those children, even though they're not communicating with us, that is affecting them in the long run, and eventually that will come out, that they're being affected. And so hopefully that doesn't come out when it's too late, right? Because you don't want to have to go visit your child at a mental clinic and then them opening up to a psychologist to tell them, well, it was my mom or my dad's relationship that caused this, right? You want to make sure that, especially when we're parents, that we are very assertive, and we do not cross the line of what we allow. So remember, our children live by example, and it's not by what you tell them, it's by what you show them. So I'll give you an example. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting these messages. This messages that just making me smile and think about a lot of things. But I think we all make the mistake of being in damaging relationships, and we're the last people to notice that, right? So I always kind of lead my conversations with kind of telling you about a personal experience. So I'm not just bluffing you, and I'm not just telling you this. But when I was in a damaging relationship, I was the last one who saw that. I did not even know it was damaging. Now, there was something wrong, and there was a feeling of despair, in my daily work. And but because we're so kumbaya in the relationship, I always found a great excuse for whatever was happening in my relationship. But I knew it wasn't that white picket fence relationship that I had always dreamed of being involved in. But the one person or the people that always told me was my children. My own children told me that was a damaging relationship. And they caught it from the first few times that they saw mommy suffering, that they saw mommy not being happy, right? So they caught that. And as they caught those type of that environment that I was living, they started voicing their opinion. And as they voiced their opinion, I would share it with my significant other at the time. And my significant other would give me an excuse of why they were telling me this. And it was always pinpoint back at my children. Well, your children have issues. Well, your children are immature. Well, your children are jealous. Well, your children, it was always like pinned back to the children. And to the point that I was so kumbaya in my relationship that I believed it, or I tend to believe that space, right? And so I would always kind of shove it under the mat. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a very strong individual, and I knew deep inside that there was something wrong. So it caused me to be a little bit more cautious, or it helped me to be a little bit more cautious. But there was always that sense of, I on one side, I can't side with my significant other 100% because I owe it to my children to be strong and on their side. But on the other side, what if my significant other is right and my children are wrong and they just want me for them, right? So with that, I was always in this fight, and that fight caused me to be miserable. And so if I now fast forward it, because you never see it until you're out of the relationship. And then once you're out of the relationship, you're like, how did I even put up with that for 10 seconds? More or less 5 years or, 3 years or 10 years. So, but when you're in that relationship, you're in this smoky mirror type of relationship. So you really have to pay attention to the people that love you unconditionally. What are they telling you? Are they telling you, hey, take care of that significant other because he or she is great? Or are they telling you, hey, be cautious of that person because they're setting the wrong example? So again, don't lie to yourself. Don't fool yourself like I did for many years. It took me 5 years to stand up for myself and realize that that was a huge damaging relationship. Unfortunately, when I did, it was by the help of people showing me how wrong I was for not seeing how bad this person was to my life. And how did that come about? Of course, it came through cheating, right? Because that's the most common thing idiots do, idiots being male and female. But when that happened, it had to take the other people that had cheated on me you know, to realize, hey, wake up. That was a slap in the face. That was, the bat in your head, to go, oh, wait, what's going on? And then realize the 5 years had passed, and that all along, my mother and my children kept telling me that this person was damaging to me, and that he would eventually hurt me, and he will eventually damage me. And then I believed it. But I had to live it, because we all got to live it, right? We all got to go through the motions, and we all got to go and bump our own heads. But how long are you going to allow that little gut feeling or that little side voice to tell you, hey, this is not right. You don't deserve this. You deserve better. You were born to thrive with a person, not to live under the shadows, and not to put up with damaging your own family. So when it comes to relationships, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, make sure that you're very selective with the people that you bring home, right? Number one, because these prayers, I'm telling you, these prayers, they pray against the weak. And even though, we're power women, or you're a powerful man, these women or these men will pray over you, because they eventually get challenged to make you weak. And so the moment they dominate you, and the moment they have you be weak, is when they start showing their true colors. But by that time, you probably have lost so much. So if this is something that you or somebody are seeing or are living, share this video with them. What are the things you can do to start uncovering if this is the right person, the right partner to be with? Again, I'm talking about business and personal. So in business, what do you have to lose? Well, you have everything to lose as well. Yeah, your children may not be involved, but at the end of the day, it also has to do with your family, because your business gives you the day-to-day to bring ends meet to your household, correct? So when that happens, is you got to be selective of who you go into business with. If you're going to go into business with somebody who has no emotion to your own interest, then that may not be a person that you want to go into business with. If it's a person that is going this way while you're going this way, guess what? Give it up. It's not going to be worth it financially for you. There's going to be a lot of hurdles on the way. So might as well cut it from the beginning and not move forward with that. Now, what happens, and I'm going to go back because this is my predominant message, right? Is if you are in a damaging relationship, in personal, okay? So if you come from a broken marriage already, if you've already had 1, 2, 3, whatever, however many relationships in the past, before you go into a brand new relationship, you need to really put it in a piece of paper. What is it that you would like, and what is it that you will not go without? Two different things, okay? I don't know. I want a guy with a private jet, but can I do without? Yeah, because we could buy a coach airfare, right? So that's what I'm talking about. What would you like? Ideal, if that person comes to your life, how do you identify that person? But then on the other side, have your must not go without, okay? So I have a little checklist, and I told recently one of my friends about this, and I encourage her to do the same. And again, this is not saying that this will change your life or will find you the right guy. Oh God, I could tell you all about that. But you have to go through all the frogs, right, to get to your king. That's pretty much. Or you have to go through all the, all the witches to get to your queen. So same thing, right? As you go along, identify what are the do nots. So for me, I'm going to tell you, disrespect. There is no way that I would live with a man that very easily can be disrespectful to me or just to anybody, because I have children that I am raising to not be disrespectful. So if I bring a man that can easily say the F word, because trust me, I'm from Sinaloa, I can say a lot of bad words. If you know anything from people from Sinaloa, we are cursers, like bad, right? But there's a time and a place. And even though I wish that side of me didn't exist, it exists. But I have to be in control. I have to be in personal control of what I say on a daily basis. So I expect the same from my partner. If we're out and about and if we're partying and it's all adults and we're all chit-chatting, yeah, go ahead, talk the way you want to talk. But if we're raising a family, if you're in a household, or if I'm introducing you to somebody, I better not be hearing the F word. I better not be hearing any of that is going to put me on a red flag zone. Do you follow me? So that's my do nots. That's on, like, I cannot deal with that. The other thing I cannot deal with is lack of communication. That's on my, on my good list is I would love a man that can communicate openly. On my no budge list is if you cannot communicate clearly with me, you have no space in my life. Do you guys get me? So again, what are your list? How are you identifying this type of prospect to be and share your life? Okay. A damaging relationship starts with a facade. People showing you somebody that they're not. Why? Because of course, every relationship that you ever start is going to be super fun, exciting. Everybody is excited about seeing each other, talking to each other. Every little text message that comes in, you get these little butterflies in your stomach. Every picture you see of that other person, it's like the best. But it's not until you spend quality time with that person and see their day-to-day, their, I don't know, in Spanish, they're called modales, right? I don't know, lifestyle? I'm not sure how you say that in English. If you know, text it on the chat. But that's when you start really seeing the day-to-day. If you're a person that is a hopeless romantic, is this person super cold? Well, guess what? You're going to jeopardize your romanticism or the way you like to be treated to accommodate to this man's style of being cold and stubborn and that kind of thing. Do you want that? Identify that. How about lifestyle, religion, family bond, right? So now let's talk about how to identify what you can do without, right? So if a person says, well, you're Catholic and I'm something else. Okay. I don't know. Jewish, right? And you both are going to respect your religious beliefs and you're okay with him going to the Jewish, masses, temples. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm so sorry. Obviously I'm not Jewish. And that person is going to respect you going to your mass on Sundays, and not believe that you're going to go see some guy. Then you both are committed to respecting each other's beliefs. And that's all great. That can work. But if you're with the person that says you're either what I am or we're going to have problems, but he makes you feel good, he wines you and dines you, or she cooks for you or whatever, that's a red flag, guys. Why are we so damn blind? Oops, sorry. Why are we so blind? Do you get what I'm saying? So please do not stick 5 seconds into a relationship that they're already trying to change you. Nobody can change anybody. You can enhance, okay? And you can work on things, but you can never expect somebody to change. Oh, if I stay with him long enough, maybe he'll change his ways. BS, the biggest BS we've ever told ourselves. Okay. So again, identify what you want, identify if that person is important and damaging your circle. And then the last, but certainly not least, block your circle. Only allow the people in your circle that are here to enhance you, that are here to lift you up, walk with you. Okay. There's no, I'm here and you're here, or you're here and I'm here. There's none of that. Okay. It should be a complement. The people you want to do either business or a relationship should be a complement to each other. Yes. Are you going to be down sometime? Yeah. Don't worry. It's kind of like, I got you, boo. I'm here to pick you up. But guess what? That's not just one-sided or one road. It has to complement each other. So if you're always the one giving and giving and giving and working on it, and that person isn't for you, okay? Today, cut that. Draw the line. Because if you let it go the one time, okay, shame on them. But if you let it go over and over and over, then shame on you. You probably deserve what you got. And do you really believe you're deserving of a bad life? I doubt it. You're not. God did not make you to be deserving of a bad life. So a person doesn't pay attention to you, a person that doesn't mind what you say, a person that is self-centered and only thinks about themselves, okay? That person isn't for you. Cut him or her. Because the person you want is somebody who is attentive to you, and it's reciprocate, right? It goes back. You got to be attentive to them. Do not expect 100% if you're not giving 100%. So, well, thank you. There you go, Sal. Thank you. You just picked me up. Well, that's what these talks are all about. Okay, we openly talk about things that are going along. You know, this topic has been one of my favorite topics because I came out of a damaging relationship. And those damaging relationships, how long are you going to let them go for? It's really your fault. It's not nobody's fault that they're making us feel like crap. So, you know, how long are you going to allow somebody to ruin your day, to ruin your week, to ruin your month, to ruin your year, to ruin your life? How long are you willing to let that go? Well, once you graduate to maturity, okay, and that's no disrespect, that's truly a maturity that is gained through talking to a professional, reading a lot of books, self-development books, belief, mindset, love for yourself. After you go through all of that, you're going to love yourself so much that you are indestructible. Are you going to fall in love? Yes. Love is painful, but love is beautiful. And if you want to be of value to somebody, you have to have value yourself first. You know, I was talking to a great friend of mine early this morning. You know who you are. And I said, hey, let it go, right? Let things go. If we do not learn to let things go, they will continue to eat away at us. And who's winning? The enemy, the person who caused that for you. So nip it in the bud. Let's all become very mature and very strong-minded. If you're a woman who's going through a damaging relationship right now and you're listening to me, please call me. I'm here to help. I will forever be encouraging and praising to other women. You know, I come from a relationship. My first relationship, we just went, you know, we just fell out of love. That's all it was. He had no communication skills. I didn't know what I know now, so I couldn't guide him to start getting help. So I take 50-50, fault on my marriage being broken. My second relationship, that was a full, and that was a, what's it called? What is that word? And hopefully one day he listens to this and knows that that's what I think about him. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what it is. Now I can laugh about it, right? But it made me suffer for many years, and it destroyed half of my family. And, I say it easy. I think I have the credentials, or I earned the credentials to speak about this and to not wish that upon anybody. So stay strong, my friends. Let me see. I have somebody asking, okay, we were going to finish this off, but we won't. My depressed friend told me that it's better for us to stop talking because she thinks she's toxic. What should I do? All right. So that's a great question. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Well, my advice to you, or my opinion, I don't give advice because I'm not a professional psychologist, but I will share with you my opinion. And my honest opinion on that is she probably knows what she's talking about. Okay. I would need to know more in order for me to give you a little bit more advice. But when somebody's asking you to stay away, there's two things happening. One, they want nothing to do with you, and they don't know how to tell you and be brave in telling you that you are not a person that they want in their life. Or two, that they're going to crap and they don't want to damage something good. Okay. So assess it. Find out what are those red flags that she's been throwing at you. Is she really telling you A, and she's not courageous enough to tell you you're not the person that she wants in her life as a friend? Or is she really just trying to hide and protect you, like she's saying? And so if I was her friend, I would say, hey, listen, through thick and thin, I'm here for you. So if there's something that's really bothering you, let me help you. Now, I'm not going to impose, but I will be there. I'm a phone call, a text away. And then you check up on them. Just send them a courageous or an uplifting message every morning so they know you're there. And I guarantee you that when they're ready to talk about it, or when they're ready to get help, you will be that first person that they reach out to. Okay? People, what they tend to do is when somebody tells them, I have an example. You guys all know that I was taking care of my uncle dear to my heart, and he passed away. And the day that he passed away, I actually had a date. I was going to be seeing a friend. It's more of a friend. And that person, I sent them a message just to kind of give them a heads up. Hey, my uncle did pass away. We were already expecting it, and he knew that. And this guy walked away and ignored me for the next 2 weeks. And so in those 2 weeks, all I had was nothing but bad emotion in my heart, because I said, well, why would he run when I'm in sorrow? And again, that was my fault for expecting something other than that, right? I should have had him say, hey, I'm still going to come see you. I want to be there for you. And he should have waited for me to tell him no, because I want to be with my family. But he assumed, on the other hand, that I needed time away from him. And I didn't. It was actually the one thing that would have showed me that he was really interested. Thank God he didn't, right? And I'm glad, because he's moved on and found a great person for himself. And I'm so grateful for that, because if I can be a platform for somebody finding somebody great, I'm all about that. But at the same time, you need to be there for a friend and say, hey, I'm here. Do you still need me to come down? I had my best friend that the moment I told her that I was going through this loss, she said, do you want me to come? And I'm the one that told her no, right? So allow us to be the ones telling you no. And if it takes us 1,000 times telling you no, you stay put with that friend. Okay? Hopefully that helped. I'm glad she's trying to protect you. And so do that, every day, just sending it. Why does she think she's toxic? Just say, hey, you're not toxic to me. So at least me, don't push me out of the way. So again, send her great encouragement words, great messages every day. And one day she'll snap out of it. She'll get a hold of you and you'll be one of the most valuable persons in her life. So guys, it's the end of the program. I don't want to run it. We've already run it 5 minutes past the time. I know sometimes you guys want me to stick around and talk more, but give me a call. Send me a message. You guys know you can find me, faridcisniega@gmail.com, or go to my Instagram, Cisniega Faride. Go to my Facebook page, Faride Cisniega. Google Faride Cisniega. You'll know who I am. And, love you all, respect you all. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that you learned something today. And go love the world and set boundaries and do not allow damaging people to come into your life. All right? That's your responsibility, not theirs. So see you all next Monday at 1 o'clock.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way.